we've ever had 4 on the stage, but we got one this year, and we got a competition ahead of ourselves. And we've got a reigning, defending champion in Samson Dauda. Samson, how's it been being the champ all year? You've been an active champion. You weren't a guy that's just making appearances and out there waving the hand. You actually put the title up for grabs and said, I'm happy to do it.
Hell, you know, I've always said, you know what, I march to the beat of my own drum, and I like to do things my way. You know, it's a privilege to be in this position, and bodybuilding has really, you know, changed my life, and I want to get back to it. So even though that means I got to put a title online and go after it, that's what it is. And I love this. I love being in this position, and I want to be this, but I'm done.
Samson, what I liked most was you weren't shy about it. You're like, look, man, I'm going for some good money here. I'm going for a title, but you know what? Yeah, I'm the Olympia champ. And if I win or lose at a different show, I'm still the Olympia champ. So Derek Lunsford, if you want to come after me, bring it. And you said, look, it's like a ball game, right? You win a game, you lose a game. I'll see you at the Olympia. And that's exactly where we're back, at the Olympia. But you did lose to the champ right here. Does that take a little bit of steam out of it, or just fire you up even more, Samson?
To the contrary. I think it light that fire just a little bit more harder for me. Because there ain't nothing like being kicked down for you to realize, man, okay, I'm hungry. I want that shit back.
Well, listen, you weren't shy last year. You were the only guy to take off your shirt and say, all right, boys, here's what I got right here. Come and beat me. And you backed it up with actions on that stage, getting yourself an Olympia title. But Derek Lunsford, you also not shy about putting that title up for grabs. And you said, I'll see you at the Arnold, and we'll see what happens right over there. A lot of people thought that was a mistake. A lot of people thought maybe you made the wrong move. But I don't know, $500,000 later in a title, and you beat the champ, kind of put a little feather in your cap. Seemed like maybe it was the right move.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously, I didn't present the physique that I wanted to at 100% at last year's Olympia. And so I wanted to go right back to work, man. And I wanted to show up, you know, against the reigning champion. And I wanted to prove that, you know, my best is the best in the world. And so I want to do that right away at the beginning of the year at the Arnold Classic. And then with the Pittsburgh Pro, with it being a legacy show, I want to be the first ever Pittsburgh Pro champion. And I realized, hey, you know, winning those two and then getting your title back in Mr. Olympia, winning all 3 of those biggest shows of the year is really something special. So, hey, I said, let's go for it. I don't regret it, obviously.
You look like you're ready. All you guys look like you're ready from all the videos I've been seeing and all the pictures that have been put out there. But a lot of the ex-champs that you've heard from, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, a lot of the champs from yesterday, have been on record of saying that they may have thought maybe competing earlier in the year may have cost them an Olympia later in the year. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, if they believe in you, then you can't shock the world. So let's do this.
Well, you shocked the world from the 212 into the Open, and a lot of people thought, we'll see, maybe he'll do okay. But all you did was win the title of Mr. Olympia. So you've already been kind of down that road of shocking the world. Here's the question. Can you shock it again, and can you beat this guy?
Hey, that's what I'm here to do. This is the Mr. Olympia. This is where history is made, and I'm here to make history.
All right, Derek looking for that triple crown, the Arnold, the Pittsburgh, and now the Olympia. We're going to turn our attention to Hadi Chupan. So first and foremost, Hadi, I got to say thank you because I go all over the world for various companies that I'm with. And everywhere I go, every fan from Iran comes up and says, say it, say it, say it. And I say, what do you want me to say? And they say the name. They love when I say, Hadi Chupan.
خب اول سلام عرض کنم خدمت همه عزیزانی که اینجا هستن و خوشحالم که باز اینجا میبینمتون و اینکه بچه‌ها همه اومدن ببرن یک خواب هست و باید بگم که امسال خطرناکتر هر سال است براشون و آخرین کسی که این سکو رو ترک میکنه منم و باید تلاش کنم برای رنگ نقره این سکو.
First, I want to say thank you for all fan and audience to be here. And I want to say this year I brought my best version, and I think I'll be the last one who will leave this stage.
So, Hadi, it's a little bit different in your country than it is here. While the people do celebrate the bodybuilding champions here, Hadi is a national hero in Iran. We've seen the footage. We've seen the video of him going back as the champ and as not the champion. They seem to celebrate just as much when he didn't win the title and came back. And there was a parade with thousands of people coming to greet the champion.
خب ایران یکی از کشورهایی است که برعکس اون چیزی که تو ذهن مردم هست کشور خیلی شاد هست و همه ورزش دوست، ورزشکار و یکی از قدرتمندترین کشوری است که توی رشته پرورش اندام توی دنیا سطح انجام میده. خیلی از مربی‌ها که داور هستن توی این سطح مسابقات میدونن که بیشترین نفرات ایران هستن اونجا عرض انجام میکنن و به مدال‌ها میرسن. و امیدوارم که یک روزی بشه که سیاست برطرف بشه و این مرد بزرگ ویزا از وسط ایرانی‌ها برطرف بشه و میدونه که تکو مثل المپیا بیش از 20 تا 30 ورزشکار ایرانی هست.
Well, Iran is a really happy country and young country, and we have a lot of bodybuilders, and they competed in national team. Iran has one of the busiest national shows, and the people there, they love bodybuilding, and I hope politics goes from this sport and we can see more people from Iran to be able to compete in this show.
Thank you, Adi. All right, Brandon, the resident old guard on stage, the OG, but still a former Olympia champion, and people got to take you seriously because you've got that title. But you're in your, how many years is this now for you, Brandon? 13 years. Let me tell you, I don't know if people can really realize how hard it is to be on top, and you've been in the mix, much less an Olympia title. You've been in the mix every year pretty much for those 13 years, for the over a decade. That's to be marveled at because there's not a lot of people doing that. You and I think Bonac are probably the two guys, that's still representing, but every year we had the same conversation, Brandon, but every year we get a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and probably a little bit tougher. How much gas do you have in the tank still, champ?
Good question. The way the body is responding this prep, it's looking good. I mean, it's looking like got some good gas in the tank. We just want to capitalize. We came in last year. We didn't peak correctly, so we decided to do Arnold. Changed some things up, got with Justin Harris, prepping the United States, and we brought a good package to the Arnold. And I think from talking to my coach that we could bring an even better package into the Olympia. And if that's the case, I think it'll be pretty competitive, and I'll give the judges maybe a hard time trying to figure out what they're going to do with me on stage. So that's my goal. That's why I'm here, as well as to enjoy this stage with my comrades here. Much respect to all you guys. And, of course, the fans. We couldn't be here without you, and I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for the encouragement all these years, and I'm willing to just take pictures of whatever you guys need to do because I appreciate you guys to the utmost.
Brandon, we appreciate you, like I said, because there ain't a whole lot of you guys left that have been here for that amount of time. But can you take on these young cats? Can you still get one more title in there?
You know what? I believe that, yeah, that's the case. I still have all the tools that made me a champion. It's just the consistency that I needed to continue to be a champion. And I think we got some consistency in this preparation compared to my last with some slight improvement. So, I'm going to be dangerous up there. I'm not going to be the guy that hopefully that you could just say, oh, I'm going to be like, whoa, okay, he's not done.
Samson, there can only be one top dog on this Olympia stage come Saturday night. We have seen your pictures. We've seen your video. You got a lot of accolades out there from just, 3-4 weeks ago. You did a guest posing. And the consensus out there was it's the best Samson that we've seen at 4 weeks out. Would you agree with that? Is that the best condition that you've had in the off season leading into this? Will we see a better Samson this year than last year?
So we guest posed 6 weeks out. And for me, basically, the judges have already given my feedback what they want to see from me. The job is very simple. You already have everything else. There's just one more box to tick. So this prep, that was the goal. It was nice and simple. Like, they wanted you to suffer, and they want to bring a condition that you've never seen you in before. And hell, I'm ready to show it out tomorrow night.
What's Derek got to do to beat you?
Right now, there ain't nothing he can do. It's done.
There is no defense in bodybuilding, but my man here just said there ain't nothing you can do. It's out of your hands, buddy. It's even taking your microphone.
You know, we can go back and forth, we could talk, but at the end of the day, man, I want to show up and I want to shock the world this year. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow night at prejudging. I'm going to bring my best, I promise.
All right, let's hear from the panel down here.
That's
I'm sure
right.
somebody's got a question. Linda Murray.
All right, yeah. So we talk a lot about money, right? And my first thought, and pretty much this question across the board, all of you would have an answer for me, but I'm going to start with you, Samson. When we started this, it was about the love for the sport, right? We weren't really thinking about the money. So you guys brought up money, Bob. So my thought is, when I watch you, Samson, you won the Olympia, reigning champion, you are still our reigning Mr. Olympia, you were at the Arnold, and when you placed second to Derek, at that moment, did you really even think about the money? At that moment, was it really about opening the door for your Mr. Olympia title? Was it even about the money?
I think for me, you know, I always say, like, I take pride in all the guys I stand here with, and anybody could beat anybody on any given night. So I never go into any show believing, like, you know, I have to open the door or something for anything. I believe the title is right there, and any one of us could get it. I just want to be the first one there. So, you know, when you're at Arnold and you don't get that call, it stings. And it stings. But, you know, just like it would say, you know, it's, the making of a man isn't what you do when you're up. It's what you do when you get knocked down. And we've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Dennis James, you have a question for one of our Mr. Olympias.
I had a question, but it's so cold, I can't remember what I wanted to ask.
Jake paid extra for the air conditioning in here. I just want to let everybody know.
I do have some questions. I have a question for Hadi. Hadi, you in Iran training since last year's Olympia. You watched Derek beat Samson at the Arnold, and then you saw Derek fight in a battle with Nick 2 weeks later at the Pittsburgh Pro. Now, what does a Hardy think, or what's going on in your mind seeing that the reigning champion got beat by the guy that you beat last year? What was different for you, and what can we expect from you coming tomorrow night?
من توقعم از خودم همیشه خیلی زیاد بوده، چون تنگ تمام گذاشتم تو این چند سالی که اینجا هستم. بهترین این سکو بودم. امسال هم مثل هر سال هست، خیلی خطرناکتر، خیلی بدتر از هر سال، خیلی آماده تر از هر سال و اینا برای من قابل احترام هستن. قهرمان مثل المپیا هستن، محبوب هستن واسه من و الگو هستن خودشون. اما رقابت روی سکو مشخص میکنه همه چیز. الان ما فقط داریم حرف میزنیم، عملش روی سکو هست. باید این حرفا روی سکو ثابت بشه. من اومدم.
I always have a lot of expectation from myself. That's why it's been the last 8 years I have been brought my best version. Every year I was the contender. And I respect all of the champions here. But this year I brought much better version and condition. So this year I'll be in my best and I'll win it. And I don't talk, I'll show on the stage.
Contenders here in the house. We've got Big Mike out here. He's going to help us out a little bit with the translation. Appreciate you, Mike. All right, we're going to start things up by going to our panel. First and foremost, Tarek El-Gindi. Let's start with you. Or Fuad, let's start with you.
Check. My turn. Nick. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Yeah, let's get Urs, give me your microphone. Here we go.
Hi, Fuad. You look lovely.
Thank you. So do you, Nick. I like your shaved head. How does it feel to shake the hand of a man who said you're going to be seventh?
What did you say one more time?
How does it feel to shake the hand of a man who said you were going to be seventh?
Eighth.
Eighth? Oh, that's even worse.
Let's just make sure we got the right information here.
What do I think? Who the hell is that guy?
Well, let me tell you who I am, Nick. This is how that whole thing started to begin with. But one of the things that's come up, Nick.
I announced the winner.
Wait. I got a real one.
Who's that going to be, though? That's the question, right? But so, Nick, one of the things that came up this year as we were going back and forth and having a little bit of fun at both of our expenses was that maybe, I shouldn't be putting my opinions out there because I'm the MC and I'm going to be announcing the winner. Let me ask you a personal question. Is there anybody on this earth that you would rather have announce you as the winner other than me?
No, Bob. I would choose you every time, you know?
That's much appreciated, brother. Thank you. Because honestly, it just wouldn't have the same impact. It
wouldn't. You say it too good. It's too professional. Sounds too professional, and I need that charisma when my name gets announced Saturday night.
And charisma it will be, my friend. You have the charisma, Nick, and that's why these fans love you so much. So, all the bullshit aside, congratulations on getting back to the Olympia. The last 2 years, unfortunately, we haven't had you. As I was on the stage and you were in the audience, I mentioned that this Olympia is a much better lineup with you in it, and that's sincere and from the heart. Listen, me and Nick have a little fun throughout the year. The funny part is you probably took the least amount of offense to anything. You were kind of laughing it up, and we were texting each other. By the way, I'm still looking for my 2X large "Who the F is Bob" shirt.
Yeah, I don't ever take things personal. It's all fun and games.
Well, that said, you're going to be competing against these guys and those four you just saw and 4 Olympians. What are your chances this year, Nick? We saw maybe the best Nick that we've seen emerging this year in the pictures and the videos that you've been putting out. You're all over Instagram. You've got a huge fan base. What can we expect from you? I know you're here to try to win, but can you beat these guys?
I've already beat all these guys, and I expect to do it again Saturday night.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, one of the guys that maybe would have, should have, and could have beaten you in New York, not this year but last year, is this man to my left. That's Martin Fitzwater. So, Martin, you got a whole bunch of fans on your side from that New York showdown with Nick. Very close. Could have gone either way. I know, Nick, you said, listen, if he can't beat me at my worst, what makes him think he can beat me at my best? But can he beat you at your best?
Look, my mama said, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. But I'll tell you right now, you're going to see the best Martin you've ever seen. And if it lands how it's expected, I can beat anyone.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't see the best Martin we could see at Pittsburgh because a lot of the speculation was that had we seen the best Martin, you might have beaten Nick and Derek Lunsford. But what changes have you made from what we saw in Pittsburgh to what we're going to see tomorrow night?
Everything has been calculated to the T since the second I walked off that stage at Pittsburgh. Here right now, a confident Martin is dangerous, but a pissed off with a chip on his shoulder Martin is really dangerous. And that's what we went for. So, poker, mine would be, if we were playing poker, I put all my hands on one card, and I'm going for it. And if we nail it, I promise you, you're going to see the best bodybuilder in a while.
All right, let's go to the panel. Tarek El Gindi, you have a question.
Yeah, I want to ask Barouche Tabani, first of all of us are very happy you're here. Realistically speaking, all the tension is gone. Are you projecting to be in the top 5 fighting against guys like Hadi, Derek, Sampson? Or do you have expectations possibly being in the top 10? Where do you see yourself finishing up on Saturday?
Okay, first, hello everyone. I want to say Today is the best day of my life. I worked for this dream 20 years. I went 3 years for get a visa. God give me the honor to compete with the best in the world. Now, I am here to do it. I am so happy, so motivated, and ready to show my best. Thank you all.
Beirut's, congratulations, because I know it can't be easy. I don't think people can put yourselves in his shoes. How about you qualify for the biggest show in the world, the Olympia, for 3 years in a row, and you have to prepare like you're going to go. And that means from A to Z. And all of a sudden, with a week to go, they tell you, sorry. I mean, I can't even imagine prepping for a show, much less the Olympia, and then getting told no. But you finally made it, and you're here, and you're with these champions, and we'll finally see you on an Olympia stage.
خب just translate my friend. خب من امسال سال اولمه و این افتخار رو دارم که کنار بزرگان دنیا رقابت کنم و این برای من باعث افتخاری که امسال تونستم رو استیج مستر المپیا حاضر بشم و به خانواده بزرگ مستر المپیا بپیوندم و این برای من بیشتر از هر چیز ارزشمنده. ولی از نظر خودم شما فردا یه ورژن خیلی جدیدی از من رو خواهید دید که خیلی شوکه میخوام بشم.
He says that first off, he's honored to be here amongst the greatest in the world. He's honored to be here in front of Olympia, in front of the IFBB. He says that tomorrow you will all see a version of him that you've never seen before.
All right, Dennis James. Who's that guy? We got the Miracle Bear on an open stage, Dennis.
Yeah, I have a question for Urs, because last year you sat on this very stage on a little tiny stool, and you fit on there. This year you sit in a sofa chair and you fill out the whole damn thing.
I mean, I still don't need my own couch as Nick is doing, but
So-
I'm working my way up there.
Yeah, so, but listen, my question to you, Urs, is, I mean, I watched you from the beginning, but when you announced you're jumping into the Open in Italy as your first Open show, everybody talked about it. Everybody said the same thing. He's going to do well, but he's still not big enough. Now, the whole world saw that size sometimes is not everything, even in bodybuilding. Size and shape in combination means a lot. And you stood out, so you won your first 2 Open shows, and you're on the Olympia stage now. You're in the talks. People have you in the top 10 as somebody who just moved up from Classic. How do you feel, and what's your mindset like right now, having all this hype going into the show, sitting next to these guys that you probably looked up to years ago?
Honestly, I feel where I belong to not right now, because making weight for me past years was a hell for the whole year. We just talked about it backstage. And yeah, sitting next to those guys here, which I looked up to and which I followed over the past years, which helped me to grow, is just unbelievable for me and makes me hella excited. I'm loving bodybuilding, such as in my beginning years, where I met you, for example, and I really have my fire back inside my soul, and the future is definitely bright, and I'm happy to bring something special to the Open and close the gap between Classic and Open, and also show maybe for all the upcoming younger guys in the classic that there is a possibility also to grow yourself into the open division, and it's going to be a great weekend.
All right, let me get to the big man, Andrew Jack. Andrew, they say the Olympia is a big man show to win. Samson's big, but you're bigger. Samson's heavy, but you're heavier. Is it the time for the big man to take this title over, and can you win it this year?
Well, you know what, Bob, I'll tell you something, yeah? It's interesting, and I'm enjoying it, when, like, no one has got my name on the mix. That's so good. Like, I'm so relaxed, just in my zone, and I would say in more than 24 hours time from now, then we'll see what's happening.
Can you beat Nick Walker?
It's called an open bodybuilding show. It's open for everyone, and it's man versus man, blood versus blood, so yeah.
Nick, you beat the big man and everybody else on this. I see you eyeing that Sandow right there. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Be a little bit better on your mantle, wouldn't it?
Right above my TV in my room, you know?
All right, give me the final call on this one, Nick. Where are you going to end up placing, bro? Will I be announcing you in first, top 5, or top 8?
Nick Walker will be Mr. Olympia Saturday night.
All right, you heard it here. Give it up for our champs, folks. These are your top contenders for the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Off with you, brother.
Check. Sean Clarita, how are you? You're sitting next to Keon, who just came out, and they announced him as arguably the best bodybuilder in the world. You yourself were one time seen that way. What can you do tomorrow night to beat Keon as he kind of ascends to the top?
Just stay in my lane, play my game, and bring back what got me 2 titles originally. Trying to play the size game isn't my thing. I'm known for just being conditioned, aesthetic, hard, rock, grainy, so I'm bringing that back with a few extra pounds.
All right, the Giant Killer is back. He wants revenge. He wants that title back. Keon he's tough, isn't he? This guy's being talked about getting in the open. He's talking about maybe moving up and taking on the big boys. What do you think about it? You've taken on the big boys in a couple of competitions, and you've beaten a lot of them. So what do you think? You think Keon should just move up to the open? Actually, go ahead. Yeah, you can answer that. Yeah.
Me going
what
up
do
to
you
the
think?
open?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm just focused on the 212 right now, man. I'm here for the 212 division to represent that division only, man. You know, I'm here to, keep the title. This is going to be the best 212 lineup to date, to history, and I mean that. I felt like since 22, 23, just the standard changed completely with the physiques, and you guys are going to see that tomorrow, so I'm excited.
All right, DJ.
Well, we have 2 of the best classic physique competitors right here sitting next to each other. Ramon and Mike Sommerfeld. Mike, my question to you. The last 2 weeks must have been really hard on you because the whole world was talking about Mike Sommerfeld not being tall, not making weight, cheating, and so on and so forth. Now, you proved to the world this morning that you did. They checked your height. You did make weight. But what did it do to you? And what do you feel like right now?
Excuse me, say it again.
So what did all that talk about you in the last 2 weeks do to you? And how do you feel about it today?
Well, there was a lot of pressure, but this is what my team and me is handling all the time since years. And we faced the problems, we made it happen, we made weight, and now it's time for Saturday.
Well, Mike, congratulations for that. Like I say, a lot of speculation this week about whether you were tall enough for the weight category. and all that. I know it put a lot of pressure on you, but you did it. There was 10 officials around, so everything is done on the up and up. But while you've been growing the mustache and the beard, Ramon's been busy shaving. I didn't even recognize who you were when you came out here.
But
who's the young guy here?
Can we ask for the audience?
New shape, new face, you know.
Hold 1 second. Can we ask Mike for the audience, because people don't know. How much did you weigh in this morning? How much did he weigh in at? And what was his weight this morning?
What was your weight, Mike?
So we managed to go down more than 14 pounds in a few days to make weight 204 this morning in order to make the weight to compete on Saturday. But I can tell you for fact, I'm going to be 5'9" next show.
You know what? We all reach great heights here at the Olympia, folks. That's for sure. Ramon Dino, you're one of those names that's been kicked around. As Chris Bumstead has retired, he left the door wide open with Mike, yourself, and some of the other great contenders like Logan Franklin and some of the other guys that we're going to see. Matt Grego, you got a stacked lineup for sure. What are your chances, and what improvements did you have to make that you can be the Olympia champion this year?
Qual que foi as melhoras que você fez e quais você acham que são suas chances para este Olímpia?
Eu posso falar em português mesmo?
Pode, eu traduzo.
As melhoras foi nos pontos que a arbitragem tinha pedido ano passado. As poses também a gente trabalhou elas para se manter fixas no palco, e as coreografias também a gente trabalhou. Então acredito que a gente vai trazer todo um conjunto melhorado e uma postura diferente também no palco.
He said one of the priorities was the poses. He felt like he was shaking too much the previous years. This year he's posing a lot better. Also, he paid attention to his posing routine, and he thinks physically his entire physique has been modified for 2025.
All right, can't wait to see that unfold. Linda Murray.
I'm curious, what is it like without Chris Bumstead competing? Did you approach this in a different way? Without Chris Bumstead competing in Classic, him being gone, I mean, I would imagine competing, yes, please translate, competing with Chris Bumstead, so many followers, and now you have the opportunity to hold your own. What does it feel like this year to compete without Chris?
So, Mike, without Chris Bumstead now, he's still involved in the game, but he has abdicated the throne. Can you fill the shoes of Chris Bumstead? Can you take over where he left off?
To be really honest here, nobody ever will fill Chris' shoes. It's just not possible because nobody else is Chris Bumstead. And I treat Chris as somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He opened different countries, different continents. Chris and Arnold and many other bodybuilders such as Phil Heath, all these really incredible, successful guys, they opened so many doors worldwide. And I experienced that when I was traveling the last 4 years. It didn't matter where I go. It didn't matter what country I visited. I was always welcome because I shared the dedication, the love, the vibe of bodybuilding. And this is what Chris, Arnold, and all the guys before us did. And this is what the IFBB Pro League does worldwide, to build a community, a connection between bodybuilders. So in other words, there's no Chris Bumstead 2.0, but I will do my best to connect bodybuilding around the world and bring people together and do the same thing as good as possible.
Thank you, Mike. Keon, you're going to get all you can handle from the Giant Killer tomorrow night, that's for sure, okay? But you got 2 in the bank. If you were to make it 3, you've speculated that you're going to do an open show this year. Is that a direction you see yourself going in the future, or are you going to cement yourself in this 212 like Flex Lewis?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just want to, the whole purpose of the progs is to see how I do with the bigger guys, right? Because honestly, Sean inspired me. When I saw him do the prog and the Arnold, I was like, I feel like I can bang with the guys too. And I think it's a good evaluation for me in the future if I do want to make that jump. But there's no permanent decision whether I want to go up or I want to stay here. I just want to, jump in the waters and see how I do and then take it from there. Just one thing at a time for me, Bob.
Sean said he's very encouraging you to go up to the open, and he will pay your entry into the next show. Isn't that right, Sean?
I'm still here, Sean. I'm not going nowhere.
Give it up for our champs, folks. Thank you, gentlemen. Bodybuilders used to be those guys, but you guys have taken over, and I keep all eyes on all the Instagram accounts and all that, the videos. Andre Ferguson was supposed to be here, but now he's the one who talks the most, but he kind of bailed out of this thing. What's up with that, Jeremy Buendia?
I don't know. Andre's Andre. You know, he's had a long, amazing career in this sport, and I think at this point in his career, he's just having a good time.
Well, listen, you were the one who defined this division. Obviously, you're a veteran competitor here. Olympia title's in your hand, but you want one more shot at it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a winner. You know, my parents raised me the winner and champion mentality. You know, I don't come into any contest not expecting to win. I mean, we step on this stage because we are the best of the best, and if anybody is up here that doesn't believe they're going to win, they aren't going to. So that's just the mentality in order to become a champion.
Let me ask you something. Why come back? I mean, clearly you've cemented your place in bodybuilding history in defining this division. You've been a great champion. But why do you want one more? Like, why come back?
There's several reasons, Bob. There are several reasons. For one, the first time I retired in 2018, you know, I didn't leave the stage the way I wanted to leave the stage, you know, physically or personally. You know, I left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths the way I was acting at that young of an age, and I had a lot of growing up to do, as we discussed in last year or 2023 press conference. You know, I've grown up a lot, and you know, throughout my career, you know, the division has definitely evolved. The era when I was winning was much different than what it is today, and I'm very aware of that. The physiques are bigger, they're better, and I wanted to be able to show not only myself but the world that regardless of the time that's gone by, I am still competitive in this new era, and I do have a chance at winning this title.
You look great in your comeback show just a few weeks ago, and great to have you back on the Olympia stage. But this is the man right now that owns the title. The last two titles, to be exact. Ryan Terry, you're the champ.
Yes,
Ryan, I know you don't get muddled in, and maybe it's at the United Kingdom type gentlemanly thing. I know you don't get too muddled in with the smack talk. But even I saw yourself out there a little bit, having a little bit of fun, saying, all right, guys, I appreciate what you're all bringing, but I'm still the two-time champ, and it's going to be number 3 come Olympia Day.
Yeah, it was. This is the first time actually in my career, being here. It's my 10th Olympia. That shots were fired at me on social media. So it was. It was an eye opener to say the least. And it was quite hard at times not to respond. But then I kind of thought, no, I'll stay in my lane and do my talking on stage, and that's something I've always done. I'd rather show people what I'm made of come show day.
Derek Elgindi.
Yeah, Ryan, you mentioned just now that shots were fired and, you know, that maybe took you, it was hard to, you know, it was on a live that you said, I won the Olympia, but my midsection was not perfect. I know I can be even better. And then on another live, Ali Bilal said, what do you mean? He was not 100%? Was he 92, 93%? He had no idea when the show was on? Did that, what's going on?
Yeah, so basically what I was trying to say there is, as a person, as a competitor, I always want to be at my best. I want to showcase my best physique. And going into the Olympia, I was exactly where I wanted to be. But come show day, I made a few mistakes. We're all human. And I just wasn't 100% happy with where I was. I got straight first and I won. So I wasn't complaining. I was just literally saying, I want to be better. I know I've got better standards. And next year, I'm hoping to better that. So that's all I was getting at. And the midsection was because it was the first time I prepped myself, and it was the first time I've ever had to make weight before. And I was really near the cusp, and I made a few panic mistakes where I didn't eat a few meals and a few things went wrong. Again, making mistakes, but I just wasn't 100%. And I was just saying that I want to be this year 100%.
Ali Bilal. Olympia champ, Olympia champ, Olympia champ, Olympia champ. You're the new guy here. You got an Arnold Classic under your belt, and that's cool. 2, thanks for the correction. But people only count Olympias when it comes to history and bodybuilding. Can you beat this incredible lineup of Olympians?
So when you say Olympia champion, Olympia champion, Olympia champion, when Ryan was competing, I was still in Afghanistan, you know. When these guys were winning titles, I was a kid. And you can see, you know, they lost their hair in the meantime, and, you know, they got old, all of them. I'm just a new kid, man. I just started like 3 years ago. It's my third year. I'm going to win Olympia title, Olympia title, Olympia title. I'm going to win 4, 5, 6. I have time. They don't have time. Even if I don't win it this year, I don't win it next year, I'm going to win it the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year. I have time. They don't have that much time, I think.
Sounds like your time is limited, Brandon.
I feel like I'm just getting started. I'm still here. I was here 10 years ago at the Olympia, and I'm still here to this day.
We're going to do something we don't normally. I'm going to put you in the judge's seat, actually. Give me a critique on Ali Bilal. He's a young up-and-comer. Like you said, he's just the baby of this group. Where do you give his chances in this crew?
As far as placing?
Sure.
Not next to me.
I mean, that could be good or bad, right? So, here we go.
You're scared.
Sure you have.
You're scared.
If anybody wants to show anything on this stage, feel free.
I gotta teach you how to be humble. I gotta teach you how to be humble.
Well, I'm going to say
you don't
this.
have the attitude.
It worked
so
for
relax.
Samson Dowda last year. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not afraid of nothing.
Samson was the only guy to take his shirt off, hit a shot right here, and he's the guy who won the show. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, here we go. What do you think about the young lion here, huh? All right. What do you think, Brandon? You've hit what, 3 of these things, right?
They need to get ready. They're still at 85%.
This guy's a joke, bro. He's doing this because he needs.
Come on, we are entertaining. We are
He needs the
entertaining
validation
business.
from the
What do you
people.
expect?
He needs the validation
One
from
at
the
a time.
people.
One at a time. Go ahead, Brandon.
He needs the validation from the people. That's why he acts out like this. I'll show you how to be a humble champion.
All right. Well, hang on a second.
Don't touch
hang
me.
on. I
Don't
gotta
touch
get,
me. Don't
I gotta
touch me.
get Aaron involved in this one. Oh, hang on. You
Don't
said
touch
you
me,
what?
okay? Respect that.
No touching here. No elbows. Where's Big Steve when I need him? No elbows, guys. No elbows. Aaron Banks, you're the big man of this
How you
group.
doing, Bob?
All right? You're kind of like the Samson or the Andrew Jack of the men's physique division. But you got to get yourself back into that position again. An outstanding lineup here. What do you think about the young man right here?
I mean, he believes in himself, and he talks confident. That was one thing that I did in my beginning of my career. But I also seen how that kind of did for my career as well. So, you know, he'll figure his way out in his lane and learn like I did. But he outside of the stage, I mean, he's a pretty cool cat, you know what I mean? And, you know, he does what he does with his businesses and stuff. But besides that, man, I guess I'm not going to give any predictions or placings on where he's going to be.
Linda Murray, a lot of testosterone going on up here, a lot of bravado.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys on stage, really, truly. I see the maturity, and I understand exactly what Brandon is saying and what Aaron is saying, what Jeremy is saying, what Ryan is saying. And we've had this conversation. I'm looking forward, really. I mean, based on what we've seen tonight, you guys are really bringing the heat, just like the figure division brought the heat. And they say that men's physique, like, that you're not going to bring it, but I see a lot here. So I'm looking forward
these guys
to
are bringing
seeing
it,
this.
that's
I got to
for sure.
see what you're going to bring. I got to see it. I know you're going to bring it.
Well, Jeremy, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Ali and his bravado and, you know, his confidence and all that, it reminds me a lot of you from 10 years ago. Do you see some of yourself in Ali from that game? And what advices would you give Ali as now you're the veteran, you're a father now, like you said, you've kind of matured a lot as a man, as a professional. What advice would you give young Ali here?
Well, Bob, I was also doing that stuff at 24, 25, and 26 years old. So, you know, my advice for Ali is I admire the confidence, man. That's what it takes to become a champion, absolutely. But humility is going to go a long way in this sport. Relationships are very important in this industry. And as you move throughout your career, making sure that you are aligning with and making sure yourself is loved within the sport, because at the end of the day, the fans and the people around you, this industry is what's going to make you or break you. So if you do want to have that continued success, make sure you understand, you know, carrying yourself with dignity and pride, but also respecting those around you.
Thank you.
And I wish
Thank
you luck. I genuinely do. You've had a lot of
Thank
success,
you.
my man. And I believe that you have a bright future ahead, and, you know, you're a very worthy competitor. But up here, this is the best you're going to see, and we're all bringing it.
Oh, thank you, bro. I came backstage to you, to Aaron, after the Arnold, went to Ryan. I admire all of you, man. I look up to all of you. I even took a picture with you backstage. I look up to all of you. And I think, you know, for me, I never disrespected anyone. I only said, I'm the best. I'm going to bring my best to myself, right? Because this is how it works for me. When I say it out loud, I get the extra pressure and I work hard. You know, it brings the extra pressure on me and, you know, I want to win. And I'm here, I've worked so hard to win this one. And if I don't win, I don't win. I will win it next year. But I will never disrespect any athlete, if it's an amateur, pro, whatever division it is. You know, I respect everyone, and I've always said, I'm going to win. That doesn't mean that I take anything away from anyone else. You can also say you're going to win. Anyone can say they're going to win. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is a competitive sport. You can't expect to come at the, you know, to the Olympia and get a check of like thousands of dollars and not expect that anyone is going to try to take it from you. There's going to be a lot of people that they want to take the title from you, the money from you, because otherwise it'll be a very easy title, and you know you need to go work, like defend your title, and there's going to be a lot of talk and a lot of people that they want to work, like take what you have, right? So this is what it takes, and I think I'm going to have the same if I win one day a title.
It comes with the territory. If anybody understands scrutiny, it's I do. So it's going to come with the territory. But like I said, it's just about delivery. And, you know, like I said, you said that you didn't disrespect anybody. And maybe you may not have felt that way, but the way you might have delivered it or whether you have said it, like telling Ryan that you're going to retire him. That's not up to you.
No, of course not, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, just the delivery and, you know, how you speak to other people.
Nobody retires Ryan Terry except for Ryan Terry. I can tell you that right now. Because he's looking for three-time champion. Tarek Elgindi, last question from the panel.
So, Ryan, you know, you have Jeremy Buendia. He was a revolution on the sport. Brandon, he has tremendous legacy. But it's your time right now to establish your legacy. How many more titles do you foresee in the future? And do you foresee, I mean, Ali Bilal has you guys retiring next year. How many more titles do you see yourself winning? Are you after Jeremy Buendia's 4 titles?
Yeah, 100%. So I've always said I want to go down in history. When I retire, I want it to be, it sounds, I don't know, what's the word, cocky way you say I want to be the greatest ever. Only because I want to go down as 5 times, 6 times, on my terms, when I'm ready. And this prep, having the heat from all of these guys, knowing how good they are, has kick-started something as if I'm just starting my career again. This prep has been absolutely unbelievable, and I cannot wait to show you what I'm bringing to stage on Saturday. The best I've ever looked, it's the best I've ever felt, and yeah, God willing, I'm going to be taking Jeremy's 4 times next year, and so on after that, definitely. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
Linda Murray, last question for
Thank you.
Well, no question, just the fact that I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage, really, especially
Thank
after
you,
this.
guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
All right, you
Thank
got
you,
it.
guys.
Give it up for the champs, folks. We'll see these guys battling it out. See if anybody can take out Ryan, or will we see a new champion?